Welcome back, everyone. It's finally gotten a little warmer around here. Boy, last week, I tell you, it was brutal. It was from about Tuesday until, I think yesterday was the first day it got above freezing. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it was highs around 10 degrees and wind chills well below zero. So we didn't get a whole lot done around here. Just feed everybody and try to keep the ice broke. Most of our tanks are froze solid out there. But today it's back up, it's at 49 degrees right now and the sun's shining, so it's not too bad. If you guys remember, a couple weeks ago we bought a couple of Allis Chalmers WD tractors. And today we're going to get the first of the two of them ready to go back to work, hopefully. One of them, the one that Courtney bought, it's a 51 model. And the one I bought is a very early 48. The reason we're going to concentrate on hers first is it has 3-point arms on it, so we can blade the driveway, and hopefully, I don't know if it will or not. I've read that they will. I may have to hang some weights off the front, but I've got a 3-point bale mover out in front of the shop out here we're going to put on it and try to use it to move some hay around with. We got Thursday in the mail, package from Steiner, so let's go ahead and open it. Open it up and see what's in it. Got new 12-volt internally resisted ignition coil, complete with new bracket. We've got a heifer outside that wants to come inside. What's in this little box? Right, correct, and proper Allis Chalmers oil pressure gauge. Sorry about that, had to close the door to keep the cows from getting inside. She's out there cleaning out their pens, so they're running loose in the yard. Here we have a right, correct, and proper Allis Chalmers temperature gauge. Allis Chalmers 0 to 60 amp ammeter. We are going to convert this tractor over to 12 volt. All my working tractors I convert to 12 volt. I've got my little Cub Lowboy. When we get it done, it'll be still 6 volt. But all the working tractors I put 12 volt modern charging systems on. New distributor cap. Oil filter and gasket. Back in the box. Tune-up kit with new points, condenser, rotor, and spark plugs. If you guys could tell, it's a little smoky in here. I fired that thing up earlier and moved it a little. And it runs, but it does need a tune-up. And a new set of plug wires. And a little monthly, or quarterly, I guess, magazine they send out. Something to read after a while. And finally, this year's new catalog. So, we'll get over here to the tractor and we'll get busy, start putting some of this stuff on, and we'll see if we can make this thing run a little better. Okay everyone, here's the first tractor we're going to work on. It's a 1951 Allis Chalmers WD. And again, I apologize, I know I do every time, about the lighting. I've got the area where we usually work at. I've got another tractor sitting over there right now. But this one's a pretty straight old tractor. It does have 26-inch combine rims on the back of it, where the 48 that I bought has the original 28-inch spinouts on it. But as you can see, this one does have the 3-point lift attachment, so that is why we're going to concentrate on it first. So it's got fairly good rubber on the back. The one I bought's got brand new rubber on the back of it, but a few oil leaks here and there, not too bad. It is, as you can see, it is marked a WD 45, but it is in fact a just straight WD. So let's go ahead and get started by probably go ahead and drain the oil out of it first and get that done, and then we'll start on plugs and wires and all that. There we go. I don't see any water coming out. That's a good sign. No, just black oil. Really doesn't look too bad either. Yeah, we'll let that drain. We'll pull that filter off. That was real tight. Wow. Okay. I was expecting that to be tighter than that. Gasket stayed down in there, that's okay. Okay, I got that surface cleaned up a little bit there. So now we can put in the new oil filter. Lube that up just a little, and we'll stick it on there. That's probably good enough. I normally take a paint pen and write the date on those. I don't have a paint pen with me today, so I think I away from the threads. Well, nothing on here was tight. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. I don't know if you can make it out on camera or not, but if I can get it to focus. That is an old Minneapolis Moline M&M, and we've got the correct and proper Allis Chalmers to go back in its place. So we will thread that in. Okay. The battery in the regular camera died, so we had to switch over to something different, but this might actually show it a little better anyway. Oh yeah, there. Right and correct Allis Chalmers oil pressure gauge. Now it's tight and it's semi sort of straight. We're gonna call that good enough for a working tractor. That looks a lot better than that old Minneapolis molding gauge. Okay, guys, this is always one of those topics that just kind of people like to argue about, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you my opinion. I run Rotella T4 1540 in all these old tractors. It's what I've always done, and I buy it at the farm store in 5-gallon buckets because my welding truck, that Ford 6.0, that's what I run in it as well. And that draws a lot of. Everybody says you need to run Motorcraft or T6 synthetic, but I just run T4 in all of them. So we'll dump 6 quarts in here. I've got 3 measured out in this jug. Hopefully get it in there without spilling it all over the place. And I run a diesel oil in these because this diesel oil has more zinc in it for the old engines. It's just a little better for them, I think. So, like I said, you ask a group of 10 guys about oil and you'll get 20 different opinions. But got a little much in that jug. I have to remember to leave about a half a quart in it. That's okay. So a little extra I poured in here will end up going in the oil bath air filter. So. Not quite on full yet. I'm going to let it drain down there for a second longer. May have to dump a little bit more in it. Okay, next thing we'll do is cap, plugs, wires, points, the new coil. I'm pretty sure this tractor actually does have a 12-volt generator on it. I don't see a ballast resistor anywhere. So I am going to assume, I'll look, but I'm pretty sure this is a 12-volt internally resisted coil as well. If it is, it will find its way on mine for now because mine has a international horizontal distributor on it and still has the original 6-volt coil. So I'm going to check that again right quick. Yeah. Well, pour just a tick more in it. I may not have quite had a full 6 quarts in the first jug. Yeah, that's bringing her on up to full. Okay. All right. Now let's go ahead and pull the plug wires off. We'll leave them on the cap so that I can keep track of where they go, because this cap is marked. We'll just set that off to the side. We'll go ahead and pull the plugs out of it. Whoops. That is an oddball plug. I like to keep my socket. Oh yeah. That one's a little wet. Smells like gas too. I don't think that one was firing. I know one of them for sure was, because this thing had a pretty dead mist to it. One doesn't look too bad. That one doesn't look too bad. And I'll go grab a 5/8 socket for that back one. That plug is just wanting to be stubborn all the way around. There we go. That one's a little carbon fouled, but not too bad. Okay. Now we'll go get the other new plugs and we'll get them stuck in. All right. 4 new Autolite 295s. All of them gap to 30 thousandths. That's what the book calls for. Eventually, we're going to completely rewire this tractor. But we'll go ahead probably and replace this wire today since we're going to have it loose. And I may fish a new coil wire up there. I'm not real sure yet. Both of these tractors, this one and the 48, when we bought them, they were both running. I drove them both on the trailer at the guy's house. Brought this one home, unloaded it, went back and got mine, and started it up, drove it on the trailer. Got out here with it, it wouldn't start. And fiddled with it, had no power to the coil. Ended up just running the hot wire from the battery to the coil to get it off the trailer. I'm not real sure if I've got a loose connection or if these rough roads coming out here broke the ignition switch on it, but we'll have to address that later when we get to working on it. Like I said, it was kind of an afterthought. Courtney had been wanting to buy a tractor with a 3-point on it, and I found this tractor back in the fall. We were actually trying to buy a John Deere 60 at auction, and it went for way more than what I was wanting to give at the time. And the same guy that had it, he's a pretty good friend of mine, he told me about this tractor and told me what he'd take for it, so we went over last couple weeks ago and picked it up. But she bought it, and then I was actually trying to deal with him on a McCormick Deering W4. We couldn't come to a deal on it, but he had that other WD. He told me what he'd take for it, and it was, well, I don't like disclosing what I pay for anything, but I'll just say that the price I paid for the tractor was less than what the 2 new tires on the back of it would have cost, so it came home with us too. Rotor off. Don't be like me and forget to put that back on. I did that once on my Cub, and then I couldn't figure out why the goofy thing wouldn't run. It actually looks like it's got fairly new points in it, but we've got them, so we might as well put them in. Okay, and hopefully you guys will be able to see in here and see what I'm doing. Go ahead and get that wire off, because I'm just gonna go ahead and replace that wire. That old brittle thing has seen better days. Okay. Take the wire off the condenser back here. Like I said, I apologize if you guys can't see very well. Got that out of there. Now, that screw out. Okay, that just adjusts them. Okay. Should. Yep, there we go. Now they're coming out. Yeah, they were a little corroded. Too big. Is going on with that screw? Boy, somebody really boogered that thing up. I don't know if we're gonna get that all the way out or not. We may just see if we can. Ow! Ow! That hurt. Pull that condenser out and just feed the new one into the old bracket. 'Cause somebody really boogered up that screw. And I really don't have to pull that distributor out to get a busted screw out of it. It's like it's bent. The head of it's about half stripped out too. It is bent. Wow. If we can get it out of there, I bet I've got another one somewhere that'll fit. If we can just get it out of there without snapping it off. That screw is bent, and every time it comes around, it gets right into that side of that housing. There. Bend it back straight, maybe. All right, for the sake of me fixing to get upset and using words that's really not appropriate, we'll be back after I get that screw out of there. Okay, excuse me. After some fighting, we finally got that screw out of there. And I had another distributor back in the back that I went and got a screw out of. So now we've got a new condenser and points in place. Oh, come on. Get on there. There we go. Tuck the wire down out of the way. Grab the right wrench. Tighten that up. That in. And I'll go get my helper to turn this over and we'll set the point gap. It should be 20 thousandths. Just push that in, lock it in like that, and turn it until I tell you whoa.
Like do it kind of slow?
Yeah.
Is it pushed in?
It should be. You should be locked in.
Ready?
Yep. Keep going. You'll have to go probably a quarter turn or so.
It's not gonna kick me, is it?
No, there's no power to it. Keep going. Keep going. Whoa, a little bit more. Just right there, right there. Okay, you might go now. All right. Okay, turn it over again. Ouchie.
Yeah. Turn it over again.
Yep, about the same amount. We're gonna go to the next lobe and then check it again. Okay, easy, you're coming up on it. Keep going, keep going. Whoa. We're still at 20 thousandths, okay. Put the dust cover back on. And what did we learn from working on the Cub? Don't forget the rotor bug. Rotor. And a new cap. All right, now we can do plug wires. Okay, that's our primary wire for our coil. Oops. Just verify here with the old cap. This is number one right back here. And the firing order on these is 1, 2, 4, 3. Four. And finally, number 3. Okay. Now we'll take that coil off. That is an externally resisted coil, and I don't see a resistor on it anywhere. Whoops. Oh. Okay. Now I just need to make a wire to go from here to here. We'll be ready to start it. Okay, a new wire made for go from the coil to the distributor. That's still just a little bit warm. Okay. Finally, primary wire from the coil. to the distributor.
It's in neutral, right?
No, I'm gonna drive it right through the door.
I'd hate to put a dent in your truck.
Well, your cow already put a dent in it.
Barely.
All right, moment of truth.
You broke it.
Dead battery.
Grand unveiling and you broke it.
Yeah, it happens. Glenn did tell you that battery wasn't gonna work down. And he was right. Don't tell me that battery's dead too.
Well, I hope not. I saw it.
Just not making good connection there. Your giggles. Really? Battery's dead. I don't have another 12-volt battery out here either.
No. Well, what's on the,
Pull one out of the Ford.
what's on that one?
That's 6-volt.
Oh.
That's one for the Cub. All right, excuse the noisy 6-liter in the background. We're gonna try to jump it.